A new season begins, and these reviews just keep on coming. Trust me, I still have my work cut out for me. This is Mega Man NG, and I welcome you all to a TMNT 2012 Season 3 review. Surprisingly, when I looked this up, this episode came out a week after the Season 2 finale. Yet the Season 2 finale was released a week or so early in advance. That I can never understand, but whatever, this is not an April Fool's joke right here. Today we're going to be talking about the first episode of Season 3, or rather my thoughts on it. Let us get started with Within the Woods. I'll provide a summary as usual, and the main points. I don't need to say anything else. Let's get underway. Continuing from the Season 2 finale, or jumping right after where it left off, the Turtles, Casey, and April have retreated to an old farmhouse to recuperate. 3 months have passed and everyone tries to cope with what happened. Leo awakes but sounds different. The Turtles contend with some unexpected yet disappointing possibilities, but all of it gets pushed aside when some mysterious being stalks the group. Though they aren't at full strength, they must now contend with a new situation. Can they be able to deal with this new menace? And will Leonardo ever be the same? Yeah, not much for the summary, but you pretty much get the gist of it. We've now reached Season 3, and Season 3 is where the series is going to be turning on its head. A new season, and a lot has changed. Not all of it is good, considering that we start off sometime after the events of the finale, the invasion. The Turtles are pretty much in a very weakened state, or rather in a very vulnerable state, because let's be honest, they got their butts kicked by the Foot and the Krang, Leonardo suffered serious injuries, and Master Splinter ended up tossed into a drain by the Shredder. How bad can this get? Oh, and April's dad ended up mutated again. So, yeah, it's really, really bad. But this right here, this episode, is a bit where we can actually see them relax. Although that gets thrown out the window pretty easily. Let's get to the one thing that really is important. Leonardo has a new voice actor. And after 2 seasons, yeah, this change is rather a very good one. And this is a voice actor that sticks around till the end of the series. All the way to the end with the series finale, Mutant Apocalypse. Yep, Seth Green. Seth Green is voicing Leonardo. And compared to Jason Biggs and Dominic Catchambone, I feel Seth Green is the best of the 3. But at the same time, I also feel that this is also a result of Leonardo's development and how much he has changed. And compared to how it happened at the end, that was bad. We also get an in-universe explanation as to why this happened. Leonardo suffered some serious damage to his throat, his larynx. And as a result, well, the voice change happened. But personally, in my opinion, it also goes to show how much Leo has grown and has changed. I could be wrong about that, but let's be honest. This change, in my opinion, is the best thing about it. Believe me, I started reviewing this show when it was Season 4, and we had Seth Green as a voice actor. But hearing him for the very first time in this episode, it's rather different compared to the previous voice actors, Jason Biggs and Dominic Catchambone. Both are pretty decent in their own right. I just couldn't be more happier with it. We also get our first-hand look at the Creep. He makes his debut here. And believe me, in this episode, he was a very strong foe. He really put the Turtles to the test, and in some ways he pays nods to Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. And speaking of which, the Creep has a role to play in the episode, and it all involves Raphael. His situation is similar to a Mirage story arc where something similar to the Creeper was going after Raph and siphoning him of his mutagen, causing him to devolve. Fortunately, the plot is similar to it in some ways, but yeah, it's overall a pretty scary thing. The good news is that at least Raphael returns back to normal after everything is done. But I like how it's just pretty condensed, not to mention having the others involved. It makes it better. The intro had some pretty minor changes. It's not much, but it's just pretty small. Instead of showing the Krang, they just pretty much show all the Foot and everything. We won't be getting another change till I believe midway through Season 3, around Episode 9. And when that happens, you'll see it. There's also another change where you also see the turtle blimp. Yeah, that's pretty surprising, but hey, at least it works. Most of the episode follows the third part of a story arc in the Mirage comics, True Stories, similar to that of the 1990 film, as well as the 2003 series. Not to mention, the title of the episode, Within the Woods, is a nod to a 1978 Sam Raimi film that stars Bruce Campbell. And both of those guys would also be responsible for The Evil Dead. Just saying. I feel that most of this episode is like a horror movie, and I like it. We've had many of these episodes throughout the series, but this is the first time they do it, especially in an outward area like the woods. It just makes it all the more creepy and mysterious. Compared to the season 2 finale where it was intense, this one's pretty much a change of pace. It goes from being calm and peaceful to being like a scary horror film. It's really good. Though I kind of like in the beginning with the True Stories bit, where it actually matches certain characters in some situations. Leonardo is recuperating with Raph watching over her, April writing in her journal explaining the situation, Don and Casey trying to do stuff while insulting each other. They did the same thing in the 90s movie, so at least that works. The highlight for me is Leonardo coming to save his family from the creep. When we saw him after he finally woke up after 3 months, jeez, Leonardo's a wreck. His voice changed. He's also not at 100% either. But does it really matter to him that much? No, it doesn't, especially when his family is in danger from some jerk like the creep. Even when he isn't at 100%, it's not going to stop him all from saving his brothers. It isn't. And it actually does show in this episode. Leo gets mad props because he at least helps the team when the situation got dire. And it was all of them that was able to stop the creep and get Raph back to normal. And it was a pretty awesome episode to say at least. I loved it. I really did enjoy it, and even when far away, the Turtles have to expect some challenges. The ending does provide a bit of optimism for the Turtles because now they have to work their butts off to recuperate, so that way they can return to New York and set things right. But it's also a sign of what's yet to come because the canister that held the creep began to crack. This isn't the last we'll be seeing of him, trust me. My rating for this episode's in the description. I really enjoyed it, but if you want the short version, I gave it a 9. I loved it big time. It's pretty solid, it's pretty awesome, and I look forward to what the rest of Season 3 will bring. Don't forget that I will be providing another episode review tonight, and it's not an April Fool's joke either. So that's going to be it for this episode review. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys comment at least tell me what you think. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button. It really does mean a lot to me. And if you enjoy what I do, please be sure to click that subscribe button. And in addition, please also make sure you click on that bell and set notifications to all. I cannot stress this enough, and there's a reason for that. That will be explained in my monthly update that's coming for tomorrow. That is going to be it. This is Mega Man NJ signing off. Peace out. See you tonight where I provide my review on the second episode. Booyakasha!